The apartment was silent. Too silent. Rango stared at his phone screen again. The new contact was still there. Neighbor, the number attached to it was his own. Rango slowly opened the contact details. There was no picture, no message history, nothing, just the number, his number. But something else caught his attention. The contact had been created only a few minutes ago, while he was inside the apartment. Rango stood up slowly and looked around the room. The lights were on everywhere. The kitchen, the hallway, the bedroom, every door was open. He checked every corner again. Nothing, but the feeling remained. Someone had been here, someone who knew his phone, someone who had answered his call, and someone who had saved that strange contact. Rango locked the apartment door again. This time he checked the lock twice, then 3 times. Still something felt wrong. The phone suddenly vibrated. Rango froze. A message had arrived. From the contact named Neighbor, his own number. The message contained only 3 words. "I'm still here." Rango stared at the screen. His hands slowly began to shake. That message had been sent from inside the apartment. Just seconds ago. Rango grabbed a flashlight and began checking everything again. He looked under the bed, behind the curtains, inside the bathroom, every closet, every cabinet. Nothing. The apartment was completely empty, but the message still sat on the screen. "I'm still here." Rango suddenly felt something strange, a soft movement above him. From the ceiling. Rango slowly looked upward. There was a small square hatch in the ceiling, the entrance to a tiny attic space. He had never opened it before. The hatch was slightly open, just enough to leave a thin black gap. Rango's heart pounded loudly. He slowly pulled a chair beneath it, then carefully pushed the hatch open. Dust fell down into the room. Rango lifted the flashlight toward the darkness above. The beam of light moved slowly across the attic. Old wood, dust, broken boxes. Then the light stopped. Something was there. A sleeping bag, a small backpack, empty food cans. Someone had been living there, watching the apartment from above, listening, waiting. Rango's breathing became shallow. The intruder had never left. They had been hiding above him the entire time. The beam of light moved slowly across the attic. Old wood, dust, broken boxes. Then the light stopped. Something was there. A sleeping bag, a small backpack, empty food cans. Someone had been living there, watching the apartment from above, listening, waiting. Rango's breathing became shallow. The intruder had never left. They had been hiding above him the entire time. A loud movement exploded inside the attic. Footsteps scrambled across the wooden boards. Rango jumped back as the hatch suddenly slammed open. A dark figure dropped from the ceiling and ran toward the door. Rango only caught a glimpse of it. A thin desert fox wearing dark clothing. The intruder ran into the hallway and disappeared down the stairs. Within seconds, the building was silent again. Police arrived later that night. They searched the attic. Inside, they found the sleeping bag, the backpack, and dozens of photographs. All of them were pictures of Rango, pictures taken inside the apartment, while he was sleeping, while he was cooking, while he was watching television. The intruder had been living above him for weeks, watching every moment. A few days later, Rango prepared to leave the apartment. He packed his things into boxes. The place no longer felt safe. Before leaving, he checked his phone one last time. The strange contact named Neighbor was gone, deleted, but something else had appeared. A new contact, added that morning. Rango slowly opened it. The name written there made his blood run cold. Upstairs and attached to it was the number of the apartment directly above his. The apartment that had been empty for years.